We have the Dmag Helix and the tactical follower beads from Wrap 4, now known as Modern Combat Solutions. Now we're going to take a look inside these. Depress both clips. I found out that these are pretty hard. If you put the front down on either side, they come out a lot easier. Pop this off. You got the two buttons there. You got a spring in the middle. We're going to take that out. Okay. Then we're going to open it up. Careful when you do. Got the spring. Set that off to the side here. Got the detent system right here. Moves up and down. We have the piece that locks the follower in, a spring with the ball bearing, and another spring for the follower. Take all those out. Rather simple design, a lot of little parts inside. You can see where the rounds curve around. Right here they get the little flip. Now, I played with these today and I gave them to renters to play with in the storm. They fed Empire Custom Blend Field Paint pretty well. I mean, they didn't jam. They fed them perfectly. The storm didn't chop any. Even it was like 90% humidity today, the balls were swelling and they still didn't get caught up in the mags. So we're going to put them back together. I always put it together on the side with the detent in it. You got this piece right here. It's going to fit right in that groove. Alright, here comes the tricky part. After you put that spring right up in between the hole in that detent, we got to put this piece in here. It locks the follower down. Set it right in there. Now here's the hard part. This little ball bearing and this spring. You see this spring, it has a bigger end on one end. That's the side that the ball bearing goes in. So I like to put the ball bearing in first. Hopefully it cooperates with me here. It's not really wanting to. Pop that ball bearing right in that groove underneath that piece that locks the follower down. Big end onto the ball bearing. Push it up slightly to get it to sit right up against that piece. So as you can see how it's set up there. It's pretty simple. It's just a bunch of little parts. Got your spring back out. Gonna set that right in there. Now I've found that it's easier to let the spring hang out past the detent when you put it back together instead of having it compressed. So we're gonna put this top piece back on there. And then you can pop this back through, loosen it a little bit so it'll get past that detent, then close it back up. Just like that. Put this little spring back in there. and the buttons on either side. Pop it back in the sleeve. Make sure they're depressed on either side. Pops right back in. Then you can take your beads and we put it back together right because it locked into place. Now I don't advise you doing this, but it's really hard to release the follower on these, so I pop it into the storm there, get it to release. Little stiff today. That's one thing I found, that brand new out of the box, they are a little stiff. So, you know, it'll take some working in, but they fed flawlessly with this marker. And that's the Helix.